So we have 8 feet to blank inches. So we are going from a bigger unit, feet, right? 1 foot equals 12 inches, so 12. There's 12 inches in a foot, which means inches are smaller, right? Anytime you see a conversion, the conversion that has 1 is always bigger, and the unit that has more than 1, right? So the unit that has 1 is always bigger than the unit that has more than 1. So foot is bigger than inches. So we are going from a bigger unit, feet, to inches, which means we have to multiply. And what are we multiplying by? We're just multiplying by whatever the smaller unit, however many of the smaller unit it takes to make a bigger unit. So it is 12 inches. So all we're doing is 8 times 12, which hopefully you guys have memorized your multiplication tables up to 12. So I know that the answer is 96. Okay, so it's 96 inches. Always remember to label what it is, right? Label the unit. All right. So now let's go 36 inches equals blank feet. So this now is just the opposite. Okay? So 36 inches equals blank feet. So inches to feet, we're going smaller to bigger, so we have to divide. So we're just dividing by 12. So it's just 36 divided by 12 equals 3. I know that because I know my math facts, and I hope you guys should too, okay? All right, so now let's go into the metric system, okay? Just because the metric system is basically all done with tens, hundreds, thousands. So it actually, you pretty much have to know place value or be familiar with how place value works to do these ones. But once you do, it's quite easy. So let's go 3.4 kilometers equals blank meters. Okay, so all I'm doing is kilometers to meters, right? So kilometer is 1 kilometer to 1,000 meters. So that means kilometers are bigger than meters, okay? So if I'm going bigger to smaller, I have to multiply. And what am I multiplying by? 1,000, because there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So I'm just doing 3.4 times 1,000. And to do this, all I'm doing is moving the decimal place over. So I'm moving the decimal place over the amount of zeros, okay? In 1,000, which is 3. So I'm just doing 1, 2, 3. Now there are no numbers over here, right? So for these ones that I hopped, I have to put zeros. Okay? So the answer becomes, I can just erase these lines, but it becomes 3,400 meters. Okay? Now, let's just go through and we can do, let's do 835 meters. 7,835 meters equals blank kilometers. So now we are going smaller to bigger. right? Meters are smaller than kilometers. So smaller to bigger is divide. Okay? So now all I'm doing is 7,835 divided by 1,000 because there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. And now we're just moving the decimal place the other way. Okay? So the decimal place in any whole number is automatically, okay, after the ones column. Okay, it's to the right of the ones column. And so what we can do is we're just moving it, since there are 3 zeros in 1,000, we're just moving it left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now it is 7 and 835 thousandths kilometers, or 7.835 kilometers. Now, I want to just do one more thing here. Let's say this was not 7,835 meters, but it was 78 and 35 hundredths meters, or 78.35 meters. Okay? How many kilometers is that? So we are just moving the decimal place over again. Okay? So now we're at 78.35. So we're going, meters, right? So we're still going smaller to bigger, so we have to divide, equals how many kilometers? So we are moving, we have to divide by 1,000, so we're moving the decimal place 3 times, right? So it's 1, 2, 3. And just like the original one, where we had to add the zeros, because there was no zero here, we do the same here. And then this becomes 7,835 100,000ths, right? It is 0.07835. Okay? So 0.07835, or 0, 0 and 7,835 100,000ths. Okay? So basically that's all there is to conversions. Now some of the word problems you'll find will be typical division or multiplication word problems, and then they'll just ask for the answer in a different unit than normal, right? So so those ones you have to know how to do the actual word problem as well. But really, for converting, this is all there is to it. If you can just remember, bigger to smaller multiply, smaller to bigger divide, that you are multiplying or dividing by however many of the smaller unit goes into the bigger unit, and also that in the conversion, whatever has 1 of the unit is the bigger, and whatever has more than 1 is smaller. Really, that's all there is to it. All right. Thank you.